Strong-arming me into a viewing? Fine, but you won't get inside the apartment. I'm renting an apartment from a company whose renting agents are somehow all unprofessional, late, and kinda slow. Had a plethora of issues with them throughout 10 months. But that's a story for another time. As I've told my landlord I'll be moving out, they instructed their agents to find a new tenant for the apartment. The way it worked, the agent would email me with a proposed date and time, and I would confirm that I'll be in at that time. I've got a cat, so I insisted on being present during the viewings. The agents never had keys. I think that's because the landlord's office is at the other end of the city, and they can't be bothered to drive an extra hour each time there's a viewing to pick the keys up and then drop them off. So they relied on me to let them in each time. Apart from a couple of unannounced show-ups, followed by passive-aggressive emails about the messy property, all was well until a week ago. The agent emails me saying they've got a viewing on the 13th. I respond saying I've got work that day and won't be able to do 13th. She simply replies, "If you won't be able to accommodate this request, I'll ask the landlord for a 24-hour notice of entry, which is legally enforceable." Okay, do that. The day comes. I get a call. "We're downstairs. Congratulations. But I'm not home. I hope you brought keys this time." Man, I wish I could see her face then. We went back and forth a bit. She tried to threaten me with legal action, to which I just replied that I don't object to them entering. They're unable to enter through their own negligence, and I have nothing to do with it. Naturally got an email from the landlord asking me to be more cooperative next time, which was promptly ignored. Tell them, poor planning on your part doesn't constitute an emergency on mine. Okay, that's fine. Go ahead and let yourself in, click. You were exactly as cooperative as you could be. You said you weren't in. You said you couldn't be in. You agreed that with 24 hours notice the landlord could require entry. That doesn't require you to be there to let them in. We went back and forth a bit. She tried to threaten me with legal action. Have fun with that one. I hated my last leasing company, so when I gave my notice they started showing the apt. I explained I work nights and if they came before 4 p.m. I would be naked. I also had my wife leave her toys everywhere. They only came once after I heard the door open with no announcement and I was buck naked in my kitchen. Never seen people run out so fast. Well played. Congrats. Not like they can get you evicted before your move. Tell them to stop showing the place until you move out. Probably will take far longer to evict than just letting your lease run out, since you are moving anyways. Looks like you have the winning hand. I would let the landlord know that you had informed the realtor that you would be working out that day and they came anyway, as if they thought you were lying. Naturally got an email from the landlord asking me to be more cooperative next time. How could you be more cooperative? They asked. You said you would not be available. This should have been all they needed to know. They had to go pick up the keys. You were as cooperative as you could be under the circumstances, especially as you did not stand your ground about being present. This would be the perfect time to invest in some extremely graphic BDSM lithographs to hang in the apartment, along with the requisite whips, gags, cuffs, dildos, etc. The final piece would have to be the St. Andrew's cross in the center of the living room. Let them complain. It's your apartment and it's art. What a jerk. Do they pay you for your time? Or is there some kind of limit to it? Because otherwise, that 24 hours notice of entry sounds mighty abusable. If they want to show it, make sure you tell the prospective tenants everything that has gone wrong. Since you've been there, you should tell the landlord you told the agent you wouldn't be there but they came anyway. Where are you? UK, just tell them to pound sand. You are not obligated to allow the agents access. Insist on your right to quiet enjoyment. Had a place. A reasonably fancy high-rise in NYC. Show me an occupied unit where the tenant was there happily puffing on his bong. Well before legalization. Setting aside the fact that I wouldn't want to rent a smoker's place, I also wouldn't want to rent at a place that shows occupied apartments. Just poor management. All landlords. The only job in the world where it's considered normal to pay other people to do it for you while you live like a CEO. You're actually obliged to allow viewings during the last 2 months of your tenancy. But knowing how fast the market is, and knowing that most tenants can be obstinate and untidy, it makes more sense to wait until the tenant has moved out before doing viewings. So nice of them to provide the key to your MC.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.